Hey, you! I'm your nutrition coach. My name is Jackie Poole. Welcome to Happiness is a Healthier Habit. Let's get today's episode started. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I am always glad to have you here, my friend. I love that you are working on yourself, working on your body, working on your personal growth, and motivating you to do better and be better. And that's what life is all about. It gives us a purpose to start our day and really be the best selves that we can be every single day. So, clap for yourself today, give yourself a high five, give yourself a pat on the back for making some time to learn something today, to have some self-care or self-me time, whatever it is. Give yourself a round of applause. So, today, we are going to be giving you some protein hacks. That is one of the main things that we talked about when I am coaching, is how protein is such a big macronutrient that it's really helpful to not only speed up our weight loss, but help our overall nutrition, energy, body. I mean, our body would be kind of sludge, or it wouldn't be quite there. We wouldn't have the hair that we have. We wouldn't have the skin that we would, have if we're not feeding the right protein. Not only that, we wouldn't be able to build muscle. We wouldn't be able to do so much things. So that's what we're going to start off with today. Why is protein so important to have, and, the function of protein? So let's start with the function of protein. The function of protein is, these busy little guys are performing many functions in our body. And some of these things are, forming the enzymes that really spark up our metabolism, synthesizing our hormones that regulate our mood, energy, basically just our body chemistry. Another one is helping in formation for our body to fight infections or viruses. So it really helps build our immunity, staying on standby as kind of backup energy when we're low on carbs or fats. So that is actually one of the last things that your body would use as resource for energy. So that's kind of like breaking down the muscle. But when you have enough protein, you will help your body build and repair tissue. You carry, regulate water in your cells better. I mean, there's so many things, and that's only just a few. You build muscle, you fasten your metabolism. There's just so many good things that proteins are helpful for our bodies. And so know that when we have a protein deficiency, it can cause a series of issues. And so this is something that we must have in our regular diet. And so the recommended amount for individuals, like the least amount that you should be having is 0.4 grams per body weight. And so that is just to survive. And so honestly, we are here to live and thrive. So there's studies that show that you can bump that number up depending on your physical activity, depending on your age. And honestly, there's been studies that show that older individuals like 60s and 70s require up to like 2 grams of grams per body weight, because that is so important to have as we age. So, but if right now you're, in your 30s, 40s, you're active, you are very, mobile, 0.6 to 0.8 would be a good standard. Now, sometimes doing the math can be a little bit tricky. So, you can always round it off to 1 gram per body weight. And if you're trying to lose weight, you want to be the number that you kind of want to hang out on the scale, right? If there's a particular number that you want to be, that's the number that you're going to aim for. So if you are a woman that's 150 pounds but wants to be 130 pounds, then you're going to shoot for about 130 grams of protein. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today, how to get our protein in so we are staying healthy, so we are thriving, so we are boosting our metabolism and feeling all of the good things. Okay, we are talking about protein and the benefits of it today. One of my favorite hacks is to add collagen to my daily routine. One of my favorite collagens is from Sports Research, and that is the dark chocolate. Not only is it good for your hair, skin, nails, joints, bones, I mean, you name it. It's gluten-free, it's hydrolyzed with type 1 and type 3 collagen, which is always good to vary your collagens. There's type 2, 3, 4, 5, but this one has 1 and 3. But not only that, it has a few grams of fiber and it has a very good typical amino acid and so acid profile, which that means that our body needs these. We have to get these from our protein intake, and so this makes it super simple, super easy to get it in. And not only that, it has a very nice dark chocolate flavor. If you've had Mexican coffee, this scoop of chocolate is going to make it taste just like that. I love mixing it with my coffee. It gives it a nice spiced chocolate flavor. And again, you can put it in your coffee, you can make it into shakes, you can use it for anything that you want to bake. It is really great for workout recovery. It is, again, gluten-free. It is hydrolyzed for the body to absorb it easier. And so there's so many good benefits, so many things that you can use it to. But honestly, for me, it's such an easy way to add to my protein intake, and it's supporting my body's health. So if you want to try this awesome chocolate dark flavored collagen, the link will be below. Okay, one of the first things that we're going to be talking about is collagen. Collagen and my protein coffee, it's literally my coffee creamer. Now, I love having my coffee and my creamer. It's just a nice little treat that I get on Saturday mornings. But honestly, a lot of creamers, are just pure sugar. They're not the best option. And so I wanted to find something that was going to replace that need of my coffee on Saturdays and also help me get my protein. And it's super simple to just add collagen, which the flavor that I really like right now is the dark chocolate from Sports Research. It has almost 11 grams of protein and it has a really good varied amino acid profile. Some of the ones that I really like that it has is isoleucine, which is primarily found in muscles and it's used to produce energy. Another one is leucine. This one is a very popular one, is essential. You need this, and you can get this off food as well, but this particular collagen has this and it's helpful for growth and it stimulates the production of protein in your muscles, and it's also used as a fuel source. So those are just a couple that I love. And it also has leucine. Now, lysine is a amino acid that, again, you get these off your food, but these are just added on here and it just makes it so easy to get. But lysine is another one that you find in your muscles and it helps absorb calcium and promotes bone growth. So very important to your structural body. As I talked earlier, protein, we wouldn't be standing up. We would just be a blob if we didn't have protein in our body. So these are just a few that one has. And again, it's a great replacement for your coffee creamer. And, starting off with a coffee protein shake, it's going to be a really good start to your day. I usually do 1 scoop of my protein, coffee, and that's about 10 grams, and then the 1 scoop of the collagen, and that's like about another 10 grams. And either, depending on the season, you can do shakes, you can do hot tea, you can add, if you're doing a shake, I like to do you can do almond milk with flaxseed to add that fiber in there. So it's a really great way to start your day. So that's number 1, having a coffee collagen. Number 2 is egg whites that come in a carton or that are pasteurized. You can literally add them anywhere. I've done it where if I'm doing my coffee shakes and my coffee protein powder, instead of almond milk, I use egg whites, and then that's going to really boost my protein intake throughout the day, right? Because sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to add protein from whole foods. So this just makes it so much easier. You're drinking it in. I do about half a cup. And so that's always such a great way to get my protein in, especially as a mom that I'm trying to run out. Nothing is going to happen when you drink these egg whites from the pasteurized carton, because the way they're made is pretty much, the bacteria gets killed off. And so it's going to be okay. Nothing's going to happen to you, as opposed like if you're eating a whole egg, which in my culture that actually used to be a thing. Like if you're sick or wanted to build your immunity, fun fact, you'd put like a cracked egg on like orange juice and you would to drink that. But either way, I wouldn't recommend that for anybody that but if you are Hispanic, that's probably something that you did as a child. But yes, the carton egg whites are a great way that you can add, even I've heard people do it to add to their cereal or things like that to get in their protein intake. So that is number 2, is just adding egg whites from pasteurized cartons into different types of meals. Number 3 is going to be bone broth. Now, I also discovered this one not too long ago. So my favorite right now that I'm really simple, not having to worry about it, is the one from Costco. It has 9 grams per cup. So what I've been doing lately, especially with the fall changing, or seasons changing, a nice soup of bone broth. So I do about 2 cups of that, and I do like a little, avocado toast with a couple of slices of turkey bacon, and that's pretty much my dinner. And I like to dress that up. If you're doing collagen, if you're doing unflavored collagen from also Sports Research, they have an unflavored, collagen. You can also add that in there. It tastes like, just like the bone broth. And for me, I like to dress it up. I like to put some lime on the bone broth. I like to add a little bit of red flakes to make it taste even more flavorful. So that is just another way to get your protein in through bone broth. So we talked about collagen, egg whites, and bone broth. If you are struggling to lose weight, if you're struggling to kind of count your calories or don't know how to do that, or not sure what macronutrients are, or are confused with all the information out there, let me help you narrow it down. If you need a GPS to get to where you're going, I am the coach for you. Now, if you're trying to do it alone, it might take you longer, you might waste more time, and so I don't want that for you. And so if you schedule a discovery call today, we can start you with a plan of exactly what to do, what workouts work for you. I can answer all your questions, and you can start feeling better, getting that confidence up, and start taking those selfies. Get yourself out of those leggings and those big tees and start feeling good in clothes. I've had clients that have taken clothes out of their closet with tag and finally put them on. Now, that feeling, it's so good when you start fitting into clothes that you thought you would never fit. So visualize yourself feeling good, doing good, for yourself and building that self-esteem. And it just starts with a free call. I just need you to answer a few questions so I get to know you a little bit more. Really simple, really easy, and this is free. So if you're looking to get some help or some guidance on how to get to where you want to be and finally lose the weight, then schedule a call and I will gladly give you that plan. Okay, let's move on to some fish, shall we? Now, one of the most important essential vitamins that we can take is EPA and DHA, which are really great for our brain, our cognitive function, for us to help grow our neuropathic ways, which help us retain more things, which help us learn things. So one of the way to do that, not only through supplements, not only through, omega-3s, but one of the best ways is adding fish to your weekly meals. And so one easy way that I found this is doing canned salmon, canned tuna. Again, Costco is literally one of my favorite stores to go to buy these type of canned meats. Some of those cans can run from like 30 to 34 grams of protein, which is super simple. I just cut it up with some lemon, some Valentina sauce, do some pico de gallo with a tostada. And that's just like a hard tortilla. I love the tortillas from the tostadas from HEB. Those are really good. They have like 5 ingredients or less. They're nice and crunchy, and I love to have that. It definitely satisfied my crunchy meal. That pico de gallo gives it such a good flavor, and you get your protein in. It's a really simple meal that, if you're not in a hurry, and I love having just pico de gallo stored for a few days in the fridge because it's ready to go. And again, if you're busy, in a rush, it's something that you can whip up in like 5 minutes and have a good amount of protein intake. So canned salmon, canned tuna is going to be one of the quickest ways to get that high amount, and is also good on those types of nutrients that you need for your health as well. Next, we're going to be switching off to a couple of things that we can just start implementing and switching right away. Just how I was talking about the creamer, how it's not the best, I would want to say same about sour cream. Some people are, dairy, lactose intolerant, they don't do well, but for the most part, most people are okay with Greek yogurt. So I would say that you can definitely swap out sour cream for Greek plain yogurt. I actually did this the other day. I had a beef with beans and again pico de gallo, and I just added some sour cream on there, and that just gave it a nice fresh flavor afterwards. And not only did it add a couple of grams to my meal, but it was very satiating and satisfying. It felt fresh. So that is just one way. Switching out your toppings from regular sour cream or your Mexican sour cream to Greek yogurt is going to make such a good, nice, tasteful change. Next, we're going to be doing, starting off with, there is no rules for breakfast. I love to say this, and I've definitely implemented along the way in some of my coaching clients. When I hear people say, I am tired of eggs, I am tired of, eating eggs every single day. And I understand that sometimes it can get bland doing the same thing over again. And so switching things up, like our protein shakes, like our, meals, egg whites instead of eggs, those are all great strategies, but you can have eggs for dinner. You can have eggs for lunch. There is no rules that say you can only have eggs in the morning, right? So same thing goes with something like having chicken and rice for breakfast, or steak and eggs for breakfast. Give it a different tone. I personally love steak way more than chicken, but obviously we cook chicken way more often than eggs. So I love to mix that up. If you have leftovers, then use them for the morning. Who cares if it's not a quote unquote morning breakfast food, the important thing is that you are getting your protein in. And so next is another thing that's been coming up in coaching is, can I cheese it? And I love cheese. I am Mexican and cheese is everything. Like, it goes in pretty much all of my food. And if you're not having any acne breaking, or you're not lactose intolerant, or you feel like your body can handle it, then it's okay to have it. Cheese is such a great way to add protein. A regular, I believe, like a Colby sliced jack of cheese, organic cheese, whatever you like to purchase on that end, it's going to have about 6 to 8 grams depending on the type of cheese that you buy. So if you want to add cheese to your meal, go for it. If you're not having any secondary feelings, symptoms, results of that, then be my guest and just add the cheese to your meals. And last tip. So let's go over real quick what we've learned today. Collagen. Egg whites can go pretty much anywhere. Bone broth, canned tuna, switching sour cream to Greek yogurt, starting or finishing your day with eggs. You can always cheese it. You can add cheese wherever. And lastly, but not least, is adding butters or nutters to your meals and shakes as well. Again, Costco is one of my favorite places, and their peanut butter is the only one that really goes with my standards as far as the amount of protein it has and the ingredients that it contains. And my boys love it. So it is my go-to peanut butter that I normally go. If you like almond butter, all of those are pretty good in, protein to hit those markers if you're struggling to. Again, protein is so important, and this is just an easy way to do that. I love peanut butter and banana. You can do apples and banana. It's such a great way to just include it in your diet. The only thing with these is being mindful of the servings, right? We can easily go overboard or gauge it. So it's always important to just kind of like grab that tablespoon or two and measure it out, because we can always kind of like start with those habits of just adding a little bit more. So that would be the only thing for that one, but it's a super simple way. It's a great way to snack. It's a great way to add to shakes, and it's a good high protein. Now that one's always high in fat as well, but today we are talking about protein. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you got a lot of value out of it today. I hope you can go off and make some healthy, great protein choices, and I know these are going to give you a good start, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.